"Come, my dear. Just a little closer. See how warm it is," Mama Iforma said, patting the edge of the firestone hearth. Her voice was sticky sweet like spoiled honey. Mimi shook her head with fear in her eyes. "Mother said I should never go near fire." Mama Iforma laughed gently. "Huh, fire is not bad, my child. Cooks yam, makes a soup. Are you afraid of small warmth?" The little girl glanced at the dancing flames. Her golden eyes dimmed. She said, "If I touch fire, I will melt." The woman's smile faded for a split second, then returned sharper. "Just one step, Anne. Look, I roasted some yam for you." "Sweet, sweet. I don't want," the little girl said. "Come now," she snapped, grabbing the girl's arm. "No." And then it happened. Within split of seconds, she pushed the girl into the fire. Scream. A flash of golden light. And Mimi was gone. In the heart of a peaceful village called Awesome lived a kind-hearted woman named Mama Essie. She was the sort of woman whose smile could ease a sick man's pain, and whose voice could quiet even the noisiest child. She had no enemies, no quarrels, and no bad words for anyone. But despite all the love she gave, there was one thing life denied her: children. Mama Essie and her husband had tried for years. They visited herbalists, fasted with prophets, and even offered sacrifices at the old shrine by the Irako tree. Night after night she would cry and wet her pillows begging the gods to bless her with a child. But her womb remained quiet. Still she kept her joy. She would cry by night, but by day her face would be full of smiles. She poured her love into her work, producing sweet, golden palm oil from the fruits of her backyard tree. She was known to sell the best palm oil even across the village. People loved Mama Essie's oil. They said it smelled like morning dew and cooked like sunlight. She never charged the poor and always added extra for mothers with many mouths to feed. One evening, as she sat crushing palm kernels beneath the moonlight, her tears fell into the basket. She began to sob softly. "If I cannot carry a child," she whispered to the stars, "then let me raise one." And like magic, a warm wind blew across her compound. The ground shimmered like water. And as the moonlight touched her basket of crushed palm kernels, the pile began to stir. From it rose a little girl, shining and golden, her skin soft like ripe palm fruit, and her eyes as round and curious as cowries. Mama Essie gasped, then wept for joy. "Oh, Abasai," she cried. "The gods have heard me." She called her husband to see, and he was startled but joyful. They thanked the fairy and took in the child. The fairy spirits of the land had answered her heart. The child, whom she named Mimi, was oil and spirit, formed from kindness, magic, and longing. But with the miracle came a warning. One night, the spirit fairy appeared to her. "Guard her from fire. Should her skin know flame, she will return to the oil she came from." From that moment, Mama Eid guarded her daughter like a flame in the wind. She and her husband watched Mimi carefully. They never let her near the firewood kitchen. Mama Essie tied amulets around the girl's wrist and sang protective songs into her braids. And every day, Mimi danced through the village, laughing, playing, and spreading her mother's joy like wildflowers. Mimi was a lively and vibrant little girl. Her beauty was exceptional, and she had likable personality, hence she won their hearts of the villagers. She brought her parents so much joy, and other children flocked around her every time. But not everyone was happy. Mama Iforma, a bitter neighbor whose heart had long turned to ash, envied Mama Essie's joy. She hissed when the little girl greeted her. She spat whenever Mama Essie's name was praised, yet she kept a wicked smile before Mama Essie every time she saw her. Mama Essie was kind to her despite her dark heart. One hot afternoon, Mama Essie went to the market to sell her fresh oil, and her husband had traveled to a neighboring village for business. She kissed Mimi on the forehead and reminded her, "Stay indoors, my sunshine. I will be back soon." But the evil neighbor Mama Iforma saw her chance. She called to Mimi sweetly, offering her a roasted yam. "Come sit with me by the fire," she said, with a smile that didn't reach her eyes. But the little girl argued with her. "Mother asked me never to go near the fire." And then, with a wicked shove, she was pushed inside the fire. The fire roared. The girl screamed once, then vanished, melting into golden oil that flowed quietly from the kitchen, through the red earth paths down the hills, all the way to the village square, where Mama Essie stood selling her oil. Suddenly, her feet felt warm. She looked down. A stream of oil glowed around her toes. Her basket dropped. Her heart stopped. "No," she whispered. "Mimi." Ran. Her wrapper flew. She reached home and fell to her knees in front of the blackened firewood kitchen. The oil still shimmered. Her child gone. Mama Essie wailed. Her voice tore through the village. She sang to the fairies. She sang to the gods. Her tears soaked the earth. "Please bring back my child. I will give you everything. Take my oil, take my breath, but give me back my sunshine." The villagers gathered, and when they heard what had happened, they turned on Mama Iforma. "Witch!" they screamed. "You will not live among us again." They bound her hands and marched her toward the evil forest, the place where no soul returns. But just before they reached the edge of the forest, Mama Essie ran after them and lifted her voice. "Stop!" They turned. "I have lost a child once. I will not lose another to judgment. Let the gods judge her, not us." The villagers fell silent. They, however, insisted on banishing her from the village. "We will not have evil dwell among us," they said. With that, she was banished from Awesome Village, and her hut was burnt down. Mama Essie mourned and cried for days, but her husband consoled her. "Weep not, my love, the gods will replace our loss." That night, the moon was full, and a gentle wind blew once more through Mama Essie's compound where she laid with her husband. The gods had seen her heart. 1 month later, her breasts began to ache. She vomited in the mornings. The village midwife smiled. "You are with child." The news spread like wild honey. Her husband never left her side. And after 9 months, Mama Essie gave birth to a healthy, crying baby girl. This time made of flesh and bone, but with eyes that gleamed like oil in the sun. She named her Nsinsi, which means forever. And she said to the skies, to the spirits, to all who would listen, "This one will stay. This one is mine forever." And from that day, the oil in her pots became richer, her laughter louder, and her love unshakable. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more interesting stories.